Who's going up? Who's going down? Who's finishing where? We will find out right here, right now, in the final SPFL review show of the year. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. A little bit of a strange weekend. We had the playoffs going on. We had the fixture split, so we had the top six on the Saturday in the Premiership, the bottom six on the Sunday. And there just really wasn't much to play for. Yes, there were some good games of football, there were some good goals, but really the only position that mattered was that 11th spot. And congratulations to Craig Levein and St Johnstone. You know, they've managed to stay up, they've managed to avoid finishing in that 11th place, and now Don Cowie and his Ross County team will have to fight for their Premiership survival in 180 minutes against Raith Rovers. So yeah, looking forward to those two games. Should be good. I don't think people really expected it to be Ross County. I think most of us probably thought that it would be St Johnstone, but fair play to Craig Levein. Look, he's kept St Johnstone up. Football hasn't been great at times, but he's come in. That was his target when he first initially came in, to try and save St Johnstone's season, and he's done it. So I think he deserves credit, but we'll talk more about him when we get there. First, let's go through the playoffs in the minor leagues then. So Stranraer, they kept their pyramid status alive. They were winning with Grant Gallagher. East Kilbride pulled one back, pulled the equaliser back in the 76th minute. We went into extra time. Stranraer with two late goals, Craig Ross and Aidan Gilmartin, gave them a 3-1 win and a 5-3 win in aggregate. So Stranraer staying in the top flight, and we will not be having a new team in the pyramid. So the pyramid will stay the same next season. Yes, we're going to have different teams in different leagues, but in terms of the 42 teams that make up the pyramid, they will remain the same, because Stranraer beat East Kilbride. So yeah, we've got that. Spartans 2, Dumbarton 2. Finished 4-3 on aggregate. This means that Dumbarton will be going up, whereas the Spartans will be going down. So we're going to have two brand new teams in League 1 and two brand new teams in League 2. Narrow game here, not a lot in it. The Spartans did pull a late goal back on the 94th minute, but it wasn't enough. They needed one more to force extra time. They couldn't get it. Dumbarton, in the end, go through on aggregate, and I think they probably deserve it. I think Dumbarton were decent, and I have no complaints with them being in League 1. So yeah, Dumbarton in League 1 for next season. Championship playoffs to go down into League 1. Poor for Inverness Caledonian Thistle. They brought in Duncan Ferguson. He was expected to give them a boost. Initially, he kind of did, but it wasn't enough, and they've fallen short here in the playoffs. Hamilton coming back up. I think Hamilton probably should be in the Championship. I felt like when Hamilton went down to League 1, they were in danger of perhaps falling away. I think they needed to get up pretty quickly, or else, you know, they could lose their status as like a, you know, Hamilton. When you look at Hamilton, you kind of see them as maybe a bit of a yo-yo club between the top flight and the Championship, but them being in League 1 just looked out of place. They're back in the Championship now, back where, in my opinion, they belong. What can they do in the Championship? Can they try and get out of the Championship for next season? We will see, but it's very poor for Inverness Caledonian Thistle, falling now to the third tier of Scottish football. They can't afford to be there for long. They're going to have to try their best to get out of this situation, but it's not going to be easy. Inverness, I think, are going to struggle in League 1. They will obviously be looking to earn their automatic, you know, promotion back next season straight into the Championship, but it's not good. When you go down to League 1, you're always in danger. You need to get up as quickly as possible, or else you might never come back up. And it's going to be interesting for Inverness Caledonian Thistle. Duncan Ferguson has said he will be there. Whether or not that is true, we will see. But yeah, we could be looking at a big rebuilding process here for Inverness Caledonian Thistle. So let's move in then to the Premiership. We had the playoffs. As you know, Partick Thistle did beat Raith Rovers, but it didn't really matter because it went to penalties. Raith Rovers, after missing their first penalty with Scott Brown, scored 4 penalties on the trot. That gave them the win. I think Raith Rovers probably deserved this because overall they were much better in the league than Partick Thistle, and I think they deserved to have that match in the playoffs final. So Raith Rovers versus Ross County. That will decide who goes up and who doesn't. So let's move into the games and for the Premiership. Hearts 3, Rangers 3, great game of football. Lawrence Shankland doing something on his first attempt that Cyril Dessers could never do, and that, of course, is finish. A good goal. So Shankland gave Hearts the lead. Rangers got back into it. They did well. McCausland, Cantwell and Silver, 3 unanswered goals. At that point, you're thinking Rangers are going to win it. It didn't happen. Hearts fought back. Dexter with a goal in the 82nd minute, and then Tagawa pretty much with the last kick of the game. Great finish, by the way. I thought the Tagawa goal was there was quite a lot of good goals in this game, but for me, the Tagawa goal was the best of the 6, man. I thought it was a fantastic strike for him, first time. Butler, no chance. Definitely a good goal, worthy of earning a point. So, yeah, good 3-3 draw there. Rangers end up finishing, I believe, more points behind Celtic than when Clement took over. That's interesting. Dundee won, Kilmarnock won. Don't really want to talk about this. Got battle scars for this. I had Dundee in my bet. I was waiting on Dundee for like 150 quid. They got a penalty late on. I'm thinking happy days. No, not happy days. Fucking sad days, because Luke McCowan missed it. So yeah, Luke McCowan couldn't score it. Gary Mackay-Steven got his first goal in the league for over 3 years. And Luke McCowan earlier equalised. So a 1-1 draw here between the friends, Tony Docherty and Derek McInnes. All 4 games this season between Dundee and Kilmarnock ended in a draw. I believe the last 3 were 2-2, and this one was 1-1. So nothing to separate, these 2 best friends here. Dundee, Kilmarnock having to share the points for a 4th time this season. Celtic were a little bit fortunate to go to the line against St Mirren. Mark O'Hara, what a great performance, got a brace. Could have had a hat-trick. He cracked the bar with a header. Celtic having to, show that they are the champions, and they had to come back twice from being a goal down. So it wasn't the greatest performance, but it was a champion-like performance where they still came from behind and they still got the job done. So yeah, St Mirren, probably the best we've seen St Mirren play all season against the Old Firm, but it still wasn't enough for them to get anything out of it. And Celtic win on the final day in front of their fans, exactly what they were looking for. And we even seen Santa come out to hand out a title. So yeah, lots happening at Celtic Park. A 5-goal thriller. Saturday was a good game for football. Sunday, wasn't that bad either. We had Ross County taking an early lead against Aberdeen. Aberdeen battled back. Sokler and McGrath got Aberdeen in front. Yandanda scored a penalty to give Ross County a chance. They hit the crossbar or post late on. Wasn't enough though. They ended up drawing the game, a game they needed to win. St Johnstone in the other game defeated Motherwell by 2-1. Motherwell did pull one back late on to give the St Johnstone lads the whole squeaky bum treatment, but it was too late. St Johnstone got the 2-1 win, and that was enough to see them overtake Ross County in the table. And in Livingston's last game of their Premiership run, who knows, they might be in the Premiership again at one point, but they will not be in it next year. And they ended things with a draw. Bruce Anderson pegged back Hibernian after they went in front with Maolida, and it was 1-1 at the Tony Macaroni. So that was how it finished for Livingston, picking up a point in their final Premiership League game. And if we look at the league table now, you can see, guys, we will react to this. We'll look back at our season predictions, but quickly here, Celtic are the champions, which we already knew. Rangers, 2nd place, we already knew. Hearts, already knew in 3rd. Kilmarnock, same with 4th. St Mirren, same with 5th. Dundee, same with 6th. So the top 6 was already decided before going into this week. Nothing new here, nothing changing. In the bottom 6, we have Aberdeen with 7th. Aberdeen had a good run, to be honest, in the bottom 6. They won 4 out of 5 and picked up a draw. So, yeah, 13 points out of 15, pretty good. Hibernian in 8th place. Motherwell in 9th place. I know people have mentioned the fact that Dundee should be in 9th, but you've got to factor in Dundee have played the better teams in the split, whereas the Aberdeen, Hibernian and Motherwell played the shit teams. So it makes sense, I think, that those teams are above Dundee. So St Johnstone in 10th with 35 points, Ross County in 11th with 35 points. St Johnstone's goal difference slightly better. That gives them the edge. That means that they avoid the playoff, and Raith Rovers now will have to go through Ross County in order to earn their Premiership status for next season. And last but not least, we have Livingston in last place with 12 positions, 25 points. Poor season for them, poor season for Davy Martindale, but he'll be looking to stay there next season and bounce back. Anyway, guys, that is it. A 2 a.m. fucking SPFL review show. Eyes are falling out my head. Congratulations, Celtic. We'll react to the predictions. I think I got my predictions pretty much spot on. I might have got the top 4. I think I predicted the top 4 in the correct order. Can't really remember. We'll need to look back at it. But I'm pretty sure I got the top 4 correct. So, yeah, we will see predictions coming soon. Or not predictions, but reactions coming to our predictions later this week. And, of course, we have the Ross County and Raith Rovers games as well this week. And then, obviously, Scottish Cup semi-final, or final even. Jesus Christ. Don't even know what I'm saying. Final, Scottish Cup final on Saturday. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, that's it. Till next time. Peace.